June 6, 1944, D-Day. While thousands of men stormed the beaches of Normandy, two American medics, Robert Wright and Kenneth, parachuted into darkness over France and landed in hell. Their mission was simple: take the village of Angoville-au-Plain and hold it. But when they landed, the village was burning. Americans and Germans were killing each other, house by house, street by street, and there were wounded men everywhere. Wright and Moore looked at each other. They'd trained for combat. They'd trained to save lives under fire. But nothing trains you for this, for choosing who lives and who dies, for working in a building while men shoot at it. They ran through crossfire to the village church, an old stone building with thick walls and stained glass windows that somehow hadn't been destroyed yet. They kicked open the door and started dragging wounded men inside. Americans first. Then, when they ran out of Americans, they started dragging in Germans. The first German soldier they brought in was bleeding from a stomach wound, screaming in pain. An American paratrooper, shot in the leg, looked at the German and reached for his pistol. Wright stepped between them. "Not in here," he said. "In here, everybody lives or everybody dies. You decide." The paratrooper lowered his weapon. The German stopped screaming. And somehow, impossibly, a church in the middle of a battlefield became the safest place in Normandy. For 3 days, the battle raged. The village changed hands 4 times. Americans pushed in, Germans pushed back. Machine guns fired down the street. Mortars exploded in the square. But the church remained neutral territory. Word spread: "Don't shoot at the church. The medics are working." German soldiers would carry their wounded to the church door, knock and leave. American paratroopers would do the same. And inside, Wright and Moore worked without stopping, without sleeping, performing surgery with kitchen knives and sewing wounds shut with thread they found in someone's house. They had no morphine after the first day, no antiseptic after the second. They used wine to sterilize instruments and communion wine to keep their patients from going into shock. They operated by candlelight when the power went out. They amputated limbs with a saw someone found in a barn. And they saved 80 lives. 80 men who should have died but didn't, because 2 medics decided the Hippocratic Oath mattered more than the war. On the 3rd day, when the fighting finally moved on and the Americans held the village, Wright and Moore collapsed. They'd been awake for 72 hours straight, operating, treating, saving. The floor of the church was covered in blood, American blood, German blood, French blood, all mixed together until you couldn't tell whose was whose. Maybe that was the point. After the war, the people of Angoville-au-Plain restored the church. They kept 2 of the pews exactly as they were in June 1944, stained with blood. American and German blood, preserved as a reminder that even in war, even when men are trying to kill each other, humanity can survive, if 2 medics choose to make it survive. If this story touched you, you know what to do. Subscribe, share, comment. Tell me, would you have treated the enemy while your own men bled beside them? These are the impossible choices our fathers and grandfathers made. We owe it to them to remember. See you next time.